Welcome to Cars and Questions. We are at the Shop Club in Dallas, and we're with Cameron here. You're the events coordinator. How you doing today?
No complaints. It's always a great day to be here.
I know, right? This is an amazing place to work. So how long have you worked here?
Worked here just about a year now.
Okay,
So
cool. And so let's talk a little bit more about the Shop Club. It's more than just a private storage facility. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about it?
everyone always automatically assumes that we're just a storage facility. We
Okay.
want to elevate that experience into more so of a country club or a members club.
Okay.
So all these cars behind us are privately owned by our members, and
Gotcha.
we do offer storage.
Yeah.
We also have a wash bay to wash your car,
Nice.
service bay to work on your car.
Yeah.
This members lounge behind us as well.
Nice.
Great spot to hang out.
Yeah. It's pretty popping right now. So how many cars do you have in storage right now?
So we haven't done a count in a while. I'd
Okay.
say roughly around 230.
Okay, cool. And what is your favorite car out of everything here?
So we've got an SLS Black Series hidden way in the back.
Nice.
Personal favorite. I'm
Yeah.
a huge Mercedes guy, and that's
love that.
the pinnacle of Mercedes.
Yeah.
So awesome car. Awesome
That's
car.
cool. So you guys do car meets pretty often, right? How often do you guys have meets?
So we do one at least every Saturday morning.
Okay.
We do a cars and brunch, and it's themed differently. We've done
Nice.
European, Japanese, British,
Okay.
Dodge, whatever it may be. We're always changing it up. But
And what's today's meet about?
so today we just wanted to do an open house, kind
Okay.
of invite whoever wants to come out,
Yeah.
hang out. We roped off the garage.
Okay.
It's usually closed to members.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of bring people out,
Nice.
get some better engagement here.
You know, I think it would be fun to film is a full shop tour. Would you be open to that?
Yeah,
Just-
absolutely. 100%.
Okay.
Let's do it. For sure.
All right, we're gonna make that happen for y'all. Thank you so much, Cameron. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
And let me just leave you with one last question. Money no object. What is your dream car?
Easily.
Okay.
1999 Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR Roadster.
Nice.
I know it's a mouthful, but that is
Yeah.
the ultimate car in my opinion.
Love that. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Absolutely.
Cool. We've had a couple of 911s on the show already, but this is probably one of the nicer ones. We are with Chris. You're not the owner, though, Chris. So tell me a little bit more about how you're driving this car around.
Yeah, so I'm Chris. I work at a small dealership here in Dallas called HTC Specialty Cars.
Nice.
And behind me is our shop car. So this is a super unique 1995 911 C4.
Nice.
So last air-cooled generation. It's a super sweet car.
That's really cool. And so it's a shop car. You guys
It
just take it around to shows.
Yeah, so a lot of people recognize us from this car
Okay.
because it obviously stands out, very
a little
eye-catching.
bit, yeah.
just a little bit, just a little bit. The Mexico blue paint is super unique,
Nice.
and it's very infamous in the Porsche world, so people dig it.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit more about the dealership. You guys deal with mostly Porsches.
Yeah, so we are located over in the Design District in Dallas.
Nice.
We deal mainly in vintage air-cooled Porsches. That's definitely our
Whoa.
forte. Yeah. But we love exotic cars, especially vintage exotic cars.
Okay.
I would say our last coolest car that came through was a triple white Countach.
Nice.
Jordan Belford special.
Nice.
Super unique car. But we love all our Lambos, Ferraris, Mercedes, Audis, all of that. But Porsche is where our heart really is.
Awesome. And we'll put up their information on screen somewhere here, just so that you guys can find them. This is pretty cool. So you guys, how many cars do you have in your inventory at all times?
I would say anywhere between 15 and 20.
Okay.
We kind of deviate. So right now we're on the lower side. We've had some good weeks. We've been selling cars.
That's
so
good.
If you got any cars, let us know. We'd be happy to sell them. We love our vintage sports cars. Worst we can say is no, So hit us up.
Yeah, we'll put their information up on screen, and specifically Chris's information in case you want to sell him your car.
Yes, sir.
So what is the nicest car that you have in the inventory right now?
Oh, the nicest car. I would say a Ferrari 348 Series
Whoa.
Especial.
Nice.
That is a very unique car.
It is.
Probably one of the first examples of factory bucket seats. Full carbon fiber bucket seats.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a seriously special car.
Nice.
Gated shifter, all the good.
Can't beat
Kink,
that.
kink, kink.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Do you get to drive all the cars that come through the shop?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
I tend to do the driving videos. When we put a car online, we like to include a plethora of media with it, and one of which is our driving video.
Nice.
And so I really get a kick out of that. Just showing like the full range of a car, starting off slow, everyday
Nice.
traffic, and then
Yeah.
kind of giving it the beans a little bit, showing it what it's really made of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten to drive some very unique cars, so I'm super grateful for
That's
that.
awesome. I mean, you get to drive this thing on a daily basis. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing. So, what's it like to drive though?
It's awesome. I mean, the 993, in my opinion, is just peak Porsche.
Okay.
They really refine the air cooled engine in this one, and it's just a C4. It's not even turbocharged,
Yeah.
but it's still just a very raw, visceral experience. And we've done some pretty necessary upgrades for this car.
Okay.
So full body PPF, stealth, expel. It's
Love
good
that.
stuff. Good stuff. We have the roof Turbo R wheels on it.
Nice.
They just look
Yeah.
perfection. And then we have a FD Motorsports short shift KIF with the goldenrod. Shout out Darren, great dude. If you have an air cooled Porsche, buy his stuff. The best stuff. FDmotorsports.com. Go.
We'll put their
Yes.
information
Run, don't
somewhere
walk.
up on screen.
It's
Don't worry
good.
about it.
It's good stuff. And then I believe it's on H&R coilovers. Yeah, I mean it's just a super raw experience. Something you can't find in these new cars. I mean the new 911s are just massive.
That's true.
And these are still real like short, nimble. And the interior holds up well. I mean it has everything you need in it. No big screens, just straight driving experience.
Love that.
Yeah, it's an awesome
So,
car.
do you find it a little underpowered though?
Yeah, I mean, in some situations,
Okay.
and especially around Dallas, because we don't get the windy, twisty roads
Yeah.
that like states like Arkansas or California get. So you don't really get to unleash what this car was truly made for.
Okay.
So driving in a straight line, it is honestly a little underwhelming. And it bogs out a little bit.
Okay.
But I mean, these things they feel like they rev to infinity, which is always fun. And we also shout out Darren again. The Fister 2s as the exhaust, Fister 2 exhaust.
Nice.
It just sounds wide open throttle is
Yeah.
just a symphony of angels.
Love it.
It sounds beautiful. So that's probably the most satisfying part for me. Hitting that like 65, 7K red
Yeah.
line. It's just like
Perfect. Nice.
amazing.
Nice. So you've driven this car quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a peek at the odometer, and I couldn't quite believe the number I saw.
Yeah,
It said 254,000.
that would be correct.
You guys, that's insane. First of all,
254,000 miles.
That's absolutely insane.
Oh,
for a
yeah.
Porsche.
Oh, yeah.
So how long back did you guys actually acquire it though?
We initially acquired this car a year ago.
Okay.
And we've had it in and out, doing various items to it. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine the full body PPF took a while.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been a dream since.
Nice.
I mean, we've driven it everywhere. We took it to California. I actually got to drive it
You
on
drove
Laguna
this
Seca.
all the way to California.
Oh no.
Okay, you transported
Yeah,
it.
we shipped
Okay.
it. We shipped it. I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't trust that drive, man. That's a long one.
But you're saying you've taken it on Laguna Seca?
I
That's
did,
really
yeah. I got to drive the parade lap at Laguna Seca,
Nice.
which was super awesome.
Yeah.
And they split up with all the more vintage cars in one heat, and then the modern cars in the other. So
Nice.
I had like a 356 in front of me,
Nice.
and then a 964 turbo behind me.
Dude.
It was just a
That's-
super unique experience.
That's the dream.
Yeah, but wherever we go, it goes with us.
Nice.
I love this car. It's just holds a special place.
Awesome, man. And I gotta ask, first of all, how tall are you?
I'm 6'7".
Okay. And you actually fit in this car.
I do, surprisingly.
How?
Barely. Barely.
Do your knees or your thighs just rub
Oh
the,
yeah.
the steering wheel?
Oh yeah. They're luckily the in my opinion, I mean it's the same steering wheel, but the 993 steering wheel seems to come out a little more than the 99 or the 964.
Okay.
And so I can squeak my knees behind it, just barely.
That sounds totally safe.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm waiting for our Momo Prototipo to come in.
Okay.
You know, a little more space on it. But yeah, I mean it's a little bit of a tight fit.
Yeah.
If you want to see some real entertainment though, check out our YouTube.
Okay.
My driving videos, especially the Pantera one. That's interesting.
Put you in a Pantera?
I did, yeah. And
Okay.
it was
You
honestly
put yourself in a Pantera.
I
Let's
did
just put it that way.
somehow with a little assistance, with a little bit of shoving, I was able to get in there.
That's an amazing question.
Oh, yeah.
What is the smallest car that you have ever sat in or attempted to sit in?
Ooh. Probably either a Ferrari 328. That was very small. The Pantera is definitely up there.
Yeah.
But
Maybe an
Probably-
Miata?
not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. It was I think I did sit in an NC Miata while he was doing donuts.
Oh my god.
And it was a horrible experience.
I bet.
But I would say the Lotus Elise.
Ooh, yeah.
It was weird
tight.
because it's very hard to get into, but once you're in there, you're just locked in.
Nice.
Feel like a real race car driver.
Love that.
Epic.
Chris, this has been such a fun interview.
Yeah.
I want to leave you with one last question. Apart from this Porsche, what is your actual daily driver?
Oh, my daily driver is a 2015 Porsche Macan S that
Nice.
I bought for $500.
What?
Yeah.
How?
The transmission was completely shot.
$500?
Bad news. $500. The dealership quoted our man
God.
$28,000 to replace the transmission.
Oh my god.
And they were like, or we could buy it off you for $1,000.
Jesus.
And so
Christ.
I heard this and I was like, hey, I'll give you $1,500 for it right here, right now.
Wow.
And he goes, you know what? $500.
You kidding?
was
He's
like-
the one who said $500.
Yeah, yeah. And I got our 2,500 in our trailer,
Yeah.
hauled my ass up to Plano,
Okay.
Venmo'd him $500, took that thing home and started working on it.
And you did the transmission swap?
Oh, I didn't have
okay.
to replace the entire transmission.
Okay.
Luckily.
Okay.
So it was actually the mechatronic unit inside the transmission.
Gotcha.
It went bad. So I was able to source a new one, threw it in, and then it wouldn't start for a little
Okay.
bit, which is really cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. But that's how it goes.
Always fun.
That's how it goes. But I was able to get it recoded to the car, and so that's my daily driver.
What?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy.
I know I said last question, but hold up. We got something interesting to talk about. $500 for the car.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you pay for in parts?
So the mechatronic unit itself was $2,500.
$3,000.
$3,000. I paid around $250 to get it coated.
Okay.
And then basic maintenance, oil change, filters,
Okay.
Transmission fluid, diff fluid, all that good stuff.
Okay.
I think all in. I did also buy an exhaust for it, but you know,
Come on,
it's
you
well,
have the
right?
money.
Yeah,
You bought a
exactly.
car for
That's what I'm
$500.
saying. I just sold my previous car for $9K, so I felt like a king, man. I felt like a billionaire throwing money at that thing. It's like, damn. But I think all in right now, I am $4,200 into it. 80K miles.
Kidding.
It's nice. It's really nice.
I paid more than that for a Kia Soul. I'm not even kidding. I
Damn.
paid more than $4,200 for a Kia Soul.
Hey, Kia Soul
Wow.
pimping, man.
That's an amazing deal. I mean,
It
just-
is.
Wow.
It is. I'm so grateful that
Yeah.
that came across me. Because I was prepared to pay like $2K for it.
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
Nice.
you know, they offered you $1,000, $2K
Wow.
right here. But I mean,
I love it.
yeah, it was amazing.
I love
it.
it.
Was awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Chris, this has been so much fun, man. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for this
Of
cool
course,
story.
yeah.
And yeah, you know what? I'll leave you with one final question.
All right.
I think a fun video for both our YouTubes would be a, like an inventory tour of
Oh,
a
yeah.
dealership.
Yeah.
Would you be down for that?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Perfect. Keep
Hell
an eye
yeah.
out for that.
Oh yeah. Hey.
And make sure to subscribe to their channel as well. We'll put a link
HCC Specialty Cars, baby.
There you go. We'll put their Instagram up on screen. We'll put Chris's information up on screen. And if you're liking the content you're seeing so far, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks, Chris.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Cool. I don't think we've had an Aston on the show either, and what better Aston to get started with than a V8 Vantage GT. I'm with the owner here, Sam. How are you doing
Yes, sir.
today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Like, thank you for agreeing to be on the channel first of all. So tell me a little bit more about the car, please.
Yeah, so it's a 2015 V8 Vantage GT.
Okay.
It's a roadster, as you can tell.
Love it.
And pretty special color. It's called Oloro Green.
Okay.
And then it's got a GT accent package, so it's got a bunch of yellow calipers, yellow front,
Yeah,
some yellow seats.
let's talk a little bit about the yellow, because as far as I know, this is pretty expensive option from Aston, but you got the yellow lipstick.
Correct.
You got yellow
Yep.
stitching. Obviously, you
And
said yellow calipers.
the calipers are an ad as well.
Yeah. Now, did you buy this car new or is it a used?
This was pre-owned to me.
Okay,
so
good.
I'm the second person.
Okay,
with the
good.
car.
Because paying for these options brand new. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
but did you get a good deal for a used Aston?
Yeah, so I ended up with it from a gentleman actually up in Oregon.
Okay,
And
nice.
then worked a transport back to Texas. So we
Awesome.
spent quite a bit of time on the phone and pictures, making sure that it was what we thought it was before I got it.
But you did get a little bit of a surprise when you first bought it, right?
Yeah, the front of the car, so the whole front half of the car is PPF'd.
Okay.
But on top of the PPF, the previous owner, I assume he maybe didn't like the yellow, so he had actually covered it up.
Okay.
But knowing what the car was, I knew that it was probably under there.
Nice.
So once we got it back to Texas, we got all that off and ended up with what you see.
Awesome. And is there anything specific about Aston Martin that drew you in?
Yeah, so I actually grew up and spent some time in England.
Nice. Okay.
And so spent almost 4 years in England.
Wow.
And lived in very, very close to the factory.
Okay. Which part do you remember?
So it's
the
in
city?
the kind of the middle of the country. It's called the Cotswolds.
Okay.
So it's up in the Stratford area.
Nice.
So being a British car,
Yeah.
we spent a lot of time around Aston, a lot of time around Jaguar.
That's
And
cool.
so they're always out and about.
Yeah.
And it was always something that you kind of aspired to have
Nice.
once I got back to the States.
And you were like, I have to have an Aston in the future.
It was a hope, and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So fortunately, this was it wasn't marketed very well. I don't think the person who had it really knew exactly what it was. It is a 6-speed manual car.
Wow. Those are rare.
So it was pretty tough to find.
Yeah.
And then in this color, with the options that it had, and also being a roadster, there weren't very many convertibles.
Do you like having the top down?
It's a really good top-down car.
Okay.
Like most convertibles, they're not quite as good when the top's up, but
Yeah.
it's a good top-down car.
Do you mind the top down in like the Texas heat though?
It's not too bad.
Okay.
It's actually really quiet inside when you roll the windows up.
Okay.
There's not a lot of buffeting. It's a pretty quiet car. You're
Yeah.
still talking back and forth.
Nice.
I mean, it can get a little hot, but yeah, it's not too bad.
So how long have you had this car now?
This car's probably I've only had it about 6 months.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I've had a couple different cars before.
Okay.
Being in England, I was able to travel
nice.
quite a bit. Spent some time in Germany and went and did the
Oh,
BMW plant in
Yeah.
Munich.
Nice.
So quickly came back from that and bought an E46 BMW.
Was it M3 model or?
So it was a 330, but it was called it's called a
the
ZHP.
ZHP pack.
Yeah, so it was a 6-speed. It was a full Alcantara interior, hard coupe.
Yeah.
So really fun car. One of those cars that I still talk to the owner a lot.
Oh, really?
And I've I've kind of got one of those gentleman's agreements that hopefully I can buy it back one day.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
So that would be really neat.
Yeah.
And then I ended up buying a Maserati, which might not have been the best idea. So I played with that for a little while.
Okay, hold on. A Maserati.
Yeah,
Okay,
Gran
which one?
Turismo.
Oh my god. Okay.
Black, tan interior.
Forget about the interior and the color. It doesn't matter. How long did it sit in the mechanic shop?
Yeah, it was it was an interesting experience that I got out of, and
Oh my
had a little
God.
bit of a break, and then ended up with this beautiful car.
Okay, so with the Maserati, what all went wrong?
Actually, I mean, the battery was always dead.
Okay.
No matter what you did to it.
Yeah.
But it kind of was typical Italian, just in the interior. Everything was sticky. You know, all the
Yeah.
buttons are sticky. Everything came off the buttons. And it's a pretty tough fix.
Yeah.
So
And how did you- how do you
hopefully
like
hopefully the new ones have gotten better, but I'm not sure.
I don't think they have. How did you like the paddle shift experience?
Once you got used to how to drive it, it really
Okay.
was okay. The automatic version of this car is
Very
similar.
similar? Okay.
You just really it's not like a PDK Porsche or anything like that. Once you learn how to drive it, you still have to play with the throttle when you're
Gotcha.
shifting.
Yeah.
So once you learn it, it's not bad, but it's not for everybody.
It's also mostly sitting in the garage.
Most of the time it's sitting. So this is my opinion is it is a much better built car.
Oh, I 100% agree. Yeah, for sure. Now, Sam, when most people go on vacation, they take their kids. Maybe sometimes they'll take their pets. You're taking your car.
Yeah, we're Monterey Car Week is coming up in August.
Okay.
So the plan's to ship the car out to California.
Nice.
And spend about a week and a half doing the Monterey events. It's entered in a couple different specific shows.
Wow. Yeah.
So it'll be good to have the top down, hopefully in California, and have
Oh,
good
I
weather, and go
Yeah.
drive for a week and a half and attend some of the auctions and things.
Are you gonna attend any of the rallies too?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ones that
Okay.
that we'll go to, and then go to the auctions. And I've never been during Car Week, so
Yeah.
I think this will be kind of a fun way to go to California.
This is gonna, no offense, but this is gonna look like a VW compared to any of the other cars that.
Yeah, I think it's it's certainly another level.
Yeah.
Out there, but it'll be fun to. It'll be fun. Hopefully, the color attracts some attention and be
I
something
bet it
different.
will. I know, and that's gonna be such a fun vacation.
Yeah, I think it'll be. Everybody talks about how special that week is.
Yeah, that, I mean, honestly, I've never been. I would love to go.
Yeah.
Bucket list kind of deal. But anyway, Sam, I want to ask you about what you do for a living, because you have a very interesting career.
So I work for a company called Cirrus Aircraft.
Okay.
It's a private aircraft manufacturer based
Yeah.
out of Duluth, Minnesota.
Okay.
So it's an American-built product.
Yeah.
And we make private airplanes. We make a
Nice.
propeller airplane and a jet
Okay.
airplane. So I'm based here in the Dallas area, and my job's to sell airplanes.
And how specifically do you sell airplanes?
So we everybody's typically a pilot
Okay.
that does this job. So we're a pilot, and we've got a demo airplane, just kind of like a demo car, and you go out and meet clients and
Yeah.
and sell airplanes.
That's insane. I
So-
mean, I'm just thinking like a car salesman. I'm just thinking like a car salesman, but you have your own plane.
Yeah, I mean it's obviously a different way to travel.
Yeah.
It's a way for people to buy back time
Nice.
for their business and for their family. We've got a lot of people that use it to travel to their different locations and their
Okay.
different companies and things, and,
Yeah.
and they're back by dinner.
And so what are the price ranges we're talking about?
The airplanes are anywhere from around a $700,000, $800,000 airplane
Okay.
up to about a $4 million airplane.
That's insane. Sam, this has been a really fun interview. Before I let you go, I want to ask you one last question, though. What, money no object, what is your dream car?
Oh, so probably maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I got to drive a Carrera GT.
Nice.
A
Okay.
little bit before they went really up in
Wow,
value.
yeah.
And I think that'd probably be the car.
Nice.
I think that car is really special from what Porsche was able to do in that time frame, and what that car is. You can't make that car today.
No.
And I think that'd probably be it. pretty unobtainable at this point, but it's
You
pretty
know,
special.
Cool 2 million, just half one of your private jets.
True, but yeah, that's a really neat car. So
Nice.
fortunate to have gotten to drive one.
Awesome, Sam. I really hope you do get to that one day. I know it's a pipe dream right
We'll
now,
see.
but
Yeah.
you know, you never know.
Yeah.
You gotta keep working your way up, right?
Yeah.
Maserati to Aston, the natural jump is Porsche Carrera.
Yeah, there'll be a few steps, but yeah. But thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for agreeing to being on the channel.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
cool. Thanks.